Sarah into the tent of his mother. Vayikach et Rivka, and he took her for a wife, and she became his wife. And he took her, meaning he took her to be his wife. And then it says, Vaye'ehaveha, and then he loved her. Strange. I mean, certainly falling on the ears of modern day romance, one knows that you first fall in love, and then you contemplate marriage. But to contemplate marriage first, and then find out you love her, just doesn't seem to fit in to the psyche of this modern day and age. But again, what does it say? He brought her into the tent. For he knew when that light, when that candle was ignited, he knew the spirit of what Sarah represented, the spirit of unity, spirit of sharing, of caring. These were the aspects that Isaac sought. These are the aspects that today, before people contemplate marriage, should be in that area of you feel unified. Sure, we may disagree. Sure, we may have arguments. Sure, we may not always come to the same conclusions. Well, has that in any way affected the unity between us? Has that in any way altered the feeling of wanting to be together? Forget the emotion, which of course is very much on a physical level. When he realized, and the sign was that that candle lit up again because it reminded Isaac about who his mother was, representing unity, representing the oneness of this entire universe. And he knew if this was not a woman with that same consciousness, then this was not the woman for him. It's consciousness. It's not, which is again on another level. It's not physical. Consciousness you can't use your five senses to measure. But on that level, the sharing, the caring, the feeling of that this universe should be one, for it was intended to be one, rather than constantly the strife, the war, that has been the landscape of every generation. Irrespective of how he might have felt with the chemistry, with the emotional feelings, he knew that to sustain this marriage, and that ultimately the love that would generate between the two would be a love based on that principle of unity. Unity, feeling, experiencing the diversity, and yet always coming back to that same idea that we are one. If that doesn't exist, and I say, mind you, irrespective of disagreements, irrespective of not seeing the same thing only through one eye, that is not a sign of true love. Ahava is that aspect of 13, which is echad, one. That is true love. You feel the unity with the individual, not how you feel with the chemistry. And I'm not saying that the chemistry doesn't mesh, forget, that you still should go, no. Those other aspects are important. I'm not here to entirely minimize their importance. But certainly what is more important is how these two people feel about the closeness which manifests itself as unity, as oneness. That is true love.